Yeah, this is Darby Allen, and you're watching AEW Insider.
What's up, peeps? We're back. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benson. Thank you so much for joining us for our YouTube edition of the AEW Insider. As always, we got a heck of a show. We got a little AEW news, some WWE news, some Dark Side of the Ring news, a lot of random wrestling and sporting news, Impact Wrestling, New Japan, what have you. Remember, if you want to win that Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse Ringside Collectibles exclusive action figure, you got to stick around to the end of the show to find out how. As always, since this is the AEW Insider, let's kick it off with a little AEW news. AEW. Well, AEW had their Blood and Guts event this week. It was very cool. They put on such a great and fun product. My only complaint was them acting like there was a steel floor beneath the cage, and when Jericho was pushed on it, it was obviously plastic. They could have not done close-ups. They could have shot from the bottom up. Also, after a while, when Jericho hit the floor, they had a bunch of people out there checking on him. He was fucking smiling, but right before the show went off the air. Besides those things, I did love it though. Now, fans at home were pissed because Dynamite is supposed to be live, but come to find out that they pre-taped the Blood and Guts segment. So half was live and half of the show was actually taped. Well, peeps, AEW is playing no games. They are on the attack for people using their content on YouTube. AEW started issuing takedown notices on YouTube accounts, posting fan-made videos. This wasn't the usual YouTube just flagging videos. This was actually somebody from AEW manually targeting these accounts. Botchamania was taken down, but then their fans were in an uproar, so they actually got their channel back, but not every account has the luxury of a large fan base to protect them. Ringside News has been contacted by content creators that AEW is going after them, and they are not happy. One particular account only posted a fan-made entrance videos to show how the music has changed. Those videos are edited and fall within fair use. Out of all the videos on this account, only 6 had anything to do with AEW, and the company went after him. Now, this smaller content creator has 2 copyright strikes in their account, and there's nothing they could do about it. 3 strikes mean a channel's deletion without any second chance. A creator even told Ringside News that, to be clear, even WWE has never issued takedowns of any of my videos. They simply block what they don't want, which I accept, and I remove it immediately out of mutual respect. On to WWE. Wrestling Inc. reported that Mickie James appeared on oral sessions with Renee Paquette to talk about a wide range of topics after her release from WWE last month. One of those topics was the return of Eva Marie, who announced on this past Monday night's Raw that she would be headed back to the company. James said, "Honestly, I think it's incredible. She's been able to step away and still remain relevant. She rebranded herself, almost excelled outside of WWE. Not everybody does that. I don't think her wrestling ability was ever her strength. I know she's been down in NXT working on stuff, so I don't know. But I don't think the wrestling bit was ever her thing. I feel like there's always been, even going back to the old school wrestling, there's a role for everybody, and not everybody has to be a 5-star wrestler or whatever. There's a role for everybody. Not everybody has to be a 5-star wrestler and have dream matches. That doesn't have to be a thing. If her character is strong and they could sell tickets, get ratings, I guess it works." On NXT this week, The Way, aka Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, took the belt off of Amber Moon and Shotzi. So we want to send a congratulations to the ladies, and this is The Way. On SmackDown, Jimmy Uso returned, and unlike his brother, he refuses to be Roman Reigns' bitch. Sidekick. I want to see him join the family, get them all together and have them just kick some ass. But there are so many different possibilities and routes that they can go with the story, it's just going to be fun to watch. The next guest for Stone Cold's Broken Skull podcast has been revealed, and it's none other than Charles the Godfather Wright. That's right, aka the Godfather from WWE. They just finished taping the episode, so it shouldn't be too long before it debuts. On to Dark Side of the Ring. Well, the full episode of Season 3, Episode 1 has debuted. It is the Brian Pillman story, and it was a good one. Hearing from his family, what they have gone through, what they still go through, it's heart-wrenching. It's a must-watch, peeps. Catch it on Vice, or you can catch it on our social medias, on our Facebook or our Twitter. Now, there's a lot of stuff, and I mean a lot of good stuff going on in the wrestling world, such as Impact Wrestling in New Japan. Jay White is killing it. Trey Miguel is killing it. Big Cass is back in Impact, and you know where he goes. Enzo Amore can't be too far behind. I just don't have enough time to include it all in this episode, so definitely check all those promotions out when you get a chance. On to some random wrestling and sporting news. Ric Flair visited his old Four Horsemen buddy, Mongo McMichaels. Mongo is battling ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Flair went to visit Mongo and he tweeted out this pic and he had these words of encouragement. Let me hear the biggest woo for Mongo on this woo Wednesday. Keep on fighting the good fight, my friend. Heart emoji. We here at The Insider wishing the best. He and the Horsemen back in the WCW days were fucking awesome. It is insane what this disease has done to this man. He looks like a shell of his former self, unfortunately. So healthy and long wishes to you, brother. Alberto Del Rio is still facing life in prison. He was supposed to be arraigned on Wednesday of this week. At that time, the court's records list his charges as aggravated kidnapping in the first degree. He could face 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine for that charge alone. If they can move it down to a second degree charge, then the sentence could be 2 to 20 years and or a $10,000 fine. But at the time of this recording, his case was postponed. Conor McGregor sent out a nasty tweet about Khabib and then he quickly deleted it. It said, I wasn't holding his shorts. I was ramming my fingers up his homophobic ass. And just look at this happy face here. He loves it. He's a finger in a booty ass bitch. So the beef between those two is definitely not over. Also in the UFC, Dana White is the target of some heavy accusations. The UFC president has been called out for sleeping with several female fighters. News broke last week that Diego Sanchez was fired from the UFC days before he was supposed to fight Donald Cerrone at UFC Vegas 26. That sparked some major heat between Sanchez's camp, and his manager John Fabia had some serious accusations to lay down about Dana White. Fabia spoke to John Gibson where he called White a creep. He accused him of controlling Sanchez's life. He accused Dana White of sleeping with several female UFC fighters. Fabia said, why is it nobody talking about that the reckoning happened and that Dana White gets to fuck the fighters? How many female fighters has he had sex with? How many female fighters has Sean Shelby had sex with? This is the truth, man. And finally, Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather had their press conference this week and things got heated. They were going back and forth verbally attacking each other. Mayweather brought up Paul filming in the Japanese death forest over in Japan, and Paul responded by saying how Mayweather beat his wife up in the past. Mayweather said he would fight Logan and his brother Jake in the same night. Later backstage, Jake confronted Mayweather about what he said, and he stole the hat right off his head. After that, a big brawl ensued. This is going to be a good fight, peeps. Staged or not, it's going to be super entertaining. Alright, peeps, that's it for this episode. Real quick, I want to wish all you mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. All you fathers out there, make sure you treat your ladies right tomorrow. Give them feet rubs, bring them what they want to eat, what have you. This is their day, and you know what they do for our babies. So much respect and props to you, ladies. Remember, if you want to win that Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse ringside collectible action figure, all you have to do is go to our YouTube, aka stay right here to the AEW Insider. You have to be a subscriber. If not, do so. Besides that, pick any video, including this one, and like, share, and comment. So go to the AEW Insider on YouTube, become a subscriber, pick any video, like, share, and comment, and when we hit 500 subs, I will be sending out that awesome action figure to the lucky winner. Remember to show us some love on all major social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube under the AEW Insider, and on Twitter under the AEW Insider 1, as in the number 1. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benson. Thank you so much for joining us for the AEW Insider. Ciao, peeps.